Hello, my name is Professor Jitender Govindani. I'm a PhD in marketing and I've done MBA, PGDM, and I've been a teacher teaching for the last 28 years, and I've taught and trained more than 7,000 students from across India. I take immense pride in being a teacher, and I teach the subjects of strategic management, sales and distribution, and marketing. I take great pride in being associated with ICBM School of Business Excellence, whose vision is to create effective business leaders, entrepreneurs, and managers who are not only effective in the job, but who are ready to meet global challenges. And to attain this particular objective, we use a combination of teaching pedagogies, and we use the most important of it is we want our students to be market ready, and to ensure that that particular thing is attained, what we use is a case study method of approach. And in this case study method of approach, we use case studies from Harvard Business Schools, and not only from Harvard but INSEAD and Ivy League universities. The beauty of this particular case study is the case studies not only are from global perspective, but also select from global multinational companies which are operating in India. So it gets the student into the knowledge base, not only of international global standards, but also from the Indian perspective. And we want our students to be having the best of the knowledge of not only the Indian market, but also the global scenarios. And that's the reason why this particular case study method of approach is an integrative element of our teaching pedagogies. And while we use this particular case, we ensure that the students bring in different perspectives. Case studies are not only solved, students have to give a presentation on the case studies, but also we involve the students in active case study discussions. Teams are formed, it helps in team building, collaborative learning skills, and that also helps the students to get the best out of the case study, not only through analytical skills, develops analytical skills, critical thinking, industry research and all those things, but also when they work in teams, it builds camaraderie, it creates a platform of teamwork, and the students resolve the differences and come and present the solutions are discussed, different perspectives are challenged, and the students learn from that particular method. So the whole objective of this particular case study method is to not only to give a theoretical perspective about the subjects and about the academics and all, but also how to apply theory into practice. The practical application of theory is a very important element. We want our students to be market ready, and for this, how good are they applying theory into practice is the most important skill that we try to develop at ICBM. And at ICBM, apart from this, what we also do is that we use an element of experimental learning, wherein the students not only learn through case studies, classroom theory based. These, apart from this, the students are sent for industry internships, which are for the duration of 60 days. The students go out, work in real time, and they try to put into practice what they've learned. They work for 3 months full time at a company. After returning from that, they'll have to do what we call as the project work. They have to submit a report on that, and most important part of this is the suggestions and the recommendations that they made to the company. What recommendations have been implemented by the company, and how many students, and what we see is almost every year 20 to 25% of our students get pre-placement offer through internships only. So this is a very important learning, and wherein the student gets a first-hand taste of the real-time corporate world. And our lectures are not just one-way communication. We use a thing called as interactive lectures, wherein 60% of it is theory and 40% is real-time scenarios, real-time situations are brought. The situations include business challenges or the problems where the students have to critically analyze the problem, suggest some suitable remedies, course of action, and again these course of actions people from bring in the different perspectives. People challenge each other. Challenges are amicably resolved, and then a mutual consensus probably is tried to arrive at, but nevertheless this discussion based teaching is something which is very important and very innovative, and we use it as a part of our pedagogy. And we also have what we call as industry immersion program. We call top corporates as guest lectures. Our program is called as Corporate Connect program, which we do it every fortnightly. People of the highest designations are called. At least 5 corporates are invited for a panel discussion and all. Students not only listen to them, they are also part of the team that invites them. It is a student who conducts the entire Corporate Connect program, and the management and the faculty are just mere audience members, and that gives a first-hand networking opportunity for the students wherein the students interact. Apart from this, every Saturday we invite our alumni which are the strong foundation for ICBM. We invite alumni come, discuss with the students, share the real-time experiences, what they've learned at ICBM, how it has benefited, what are the additional learning that they have to use, and how they can grow further, and how can they achieve greater heights. That particular part is also discussed, and I think alumni are an important link chain in the learning process. Our assignments are both formative, and we use a combination of both formative and cumulative assessment. And the assessment modules that we use is an important element to result, or we measure the students' performance in what we call as outcome-based education, for which we, as I said, we use a combination of formative and cumulative assessment program. The assignments are in-depth, wherein the students are given a topic. The students will have to at least research more than 20 real-time articles from journals, magazines and all, submit a written report out of which is no less than 5,000 words, and when they submit assignment, these assignments are evaluated using tools such as anti-plagiarism, and the kind of depth that the students have gone in evaluating things, the ethical standards are given highest importance at ICBM. So students are encouraged to avoid plagiarized content. It improves their critical thinking, analyzing, evaluating, and doing the research work. And we give a lot of importance at students' research process. Why? Because we believe till the students is only learning theoretical knowledge only from textbook, the knowledge doesn't only come from textbooks. And this is where the industry-based assignments, and again when I talk about assignments, these are critically framed assignments which encourages students to learn from the outside world, wherein the research is done, they have to analyze, critical thinking is invoked here, and the students learn from those assignments. And assignments are a very important part, and it has a weightage in the internal assessment. When it comes to internal assessment, we also use not only a final exam which carries 50% of the marks, but the remaining 50% of the marks is a continuous learning process. When I say continuous learning process, it's not only the final exam which is of importance. Yes, it is important, but not totally, completely important. What I'm saying is 50% of the marks are for external assessment and 50% of the marks are for internal assessment. Internal assessment includes case studies, internal assessment includes assignments, internal assessment includes classroom discussions, the students' involvement, team-based assignments, and finally also a small portion of the mark is for what we give a small portion of the mark is for students' attendance. Very important part at our learning process is we encourage our students to be ethical and ethical managers who do not compromise on their value systems. So for which what we use is we use the concepts of ethical dilemma, corporate social responsibility, and sustainability as a part of our classroom discussion program. Many times we bring in real-time situations from the corporate world which involve situations which involve ethics, and we try to ask students, what would you do if you were in this scenario? So the students, when they answers to that from different perspectives, some students say yes, some students say no, so like some students have mixed reaction, And then people challenge each other, and when they challenge each other, we encourage the students to have a healthy discussion wherein you need to be persuasive yet polite, because that's how the corporate world works. And we encourage the students to be ethical in their decision making process. Plus, very important part is we try to encourage students to, through these real time situations, to find out how the business decisions affect social and ethical scenario, ethical landscape. And when we bring out those concepts, the students learn very importantly. Why? Because finally we want our students to be not only great leaders, wonderful managers, but also ethical people. The most important part is we want our students to be ethical, someone who doesn't cut corners for short-term gains. And this is where we bring a lot of scenarios which has ethical situations and ethical dilemma. And overall, the course at ICBM helps the students to bring out the best of learning, not only from the theoretical perspective. Why? Because we have a great set of faculties with at least 15 years of teaching experience. Most of the faculty at ICBM are PhDs themselves. We do a lot of MDP programs and also FDPs. Whenever we conduct FDPs and MDPs, we encourage the students to be part of this particular both programs, FDPs and MDPs. We encourage students to collaborate with the faculties in conducting these events, so through which they get real-time experiences in interacting with faculties from other colleges and also from with the corporate world. Also, we integrate technology. A lot of assignments, the research has to be done. We use technology, collection of data, online learning tools, and all those things have to be employed. But very importantly, we also have something called as hybrid classrooms, wherein a part of the syllabus or few topics, the students have to do it through a partner that we have tied up with. It's called as Coursera. We encourage the students to do a part of the course through Coursera, and there are some credit points that are given for that. So this is where we imbibe technology as an important learning tool, and that helps our students not only to learn theory, not only learn from the faculties, but through online learning resources. And that's the reason why our learning process is holistic, complete, and impactful. And I'm really proud that I'm a part of ICBM, and students at ICBM are the managers who are ready to face the challenges of the world with their head held high. Thank you so much.